Okay, I
Yeah.
have to record again then. Okay. So, what was I saying? Hold on 1 second.
Mitra and Varuna.
Yeah, Mitra and Varuna, right? So, Mitra is the day sun and Varuna is the night sun. And also, Varuna, if you look at the Samudra Mantana, so Varuna is the Raja, right? He's the king of the ocean. And like I said, if you look at the different objects that they got here, I don't know where I put that. Hold on a second. Yeah, if you look at this one, see the chhatra, the umbrella that was taken by Varuna, right? So Varuna is Pasha Hasta, Chatradhara, Shweta Varna, Shweta Vastra, and his Makara Vahana. His Vahana is Makara, means crocodile. So his Vahana, his vehicle is the crocodile. Okay. So, and then if you look at the Vedas, that is very curious. And Vedas talk about the Varuna as Asura. Where is that? Here. Vedas say Varuno Asura, Raja Varuno Asura. So Varuna is Asura. And this, our favorite Indologists, this made them say that Asuras were once, worshipped and part of everything. And then finally, they were, Asura and Deva differentiated, and then Indians started only worshipping the Suras. Nothing like that. Asura is also used. What does Asura mean? Asura means bad things also. What does Asura mean? So why Varuna is called Asura? Any takers? Nobody?
Does Sura have any relation to alcohol? And does
Asura.
Asura,
No, not Amruta, not alcohol.
Amruta? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Amruta.
So, see, just like every word has different sense. So, Asura. So, Sura means those who got Amruta Pana, right? Which is the Devatas, right? In the Samudra Mantana, Suras are those who got Amruta Pana. Asuras are those who did not get Amruta Pana. That is also there. But what is Sura and Asura? Sura means in Asu Ramanat Asuraha. Asu means senses. Asuhu Indriya, the senses. They are also called pranas, and senses are also called pranas. Therefore, Asu means Indriyas. Indriya Ravana is Asura. That means, why is Asura? Asura means they are fully obsessed with sense pleasure. Those who are obsessed with sense pleasure is Asura. Asu Ramate, Asuramanat, Asuraha. Asuraha means those who are fully obsessed only with sense pleasure, they are Asura. And here, why is Varuna Asura? Because Varuna Asuramana, that means he is the one who is the lord of pleasures. See, again, these are all mystical things. You need to like kind of relate a few things and then you will understand. Okay, let's look at Vastu Shastra. Okay, so when you build a house, on the east side of the house, what will be there?
Kitchen, right?
No.
Northeast is puja. Okay. East is kitchen.
Yeah. Is my voice coming and going out? Is it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Some internet connection. I don't know what's going
You
on.
need to flush it, Sunil. Flush the router. Flush the
Yeah.
router.
So, okay, what was the question? I forget.
What's on the east side?
What comes in the east side?
In the Vastu, right? What is in the east? So, see, if you look at just if you take two halves of the house, east is where Agni is, right? East is the fire.
Yeah.
The west is the water, right? If you take anything, the eastern part of it is where the fire resides, and the western part of it is where the water resides. Okay, basic. I'm giving you the basic things. Where the fire resides, southeast of it, you can have Agni established there for kitchen. Northeast of it, where you can have your study room, puja, everything can be there, right? So east is where you do all of the good activities, in the sense that where you have to be aware and fully awake, and kind of where Agni is involved, right? All the good things, all the things we undertake, all of those things are to the east of the house, because Agni is there in the east of the house. Okay. Now, what water is there in the west of the house? What is water? Water is desire. Water is pleasure. What will you build on the west of the house? You build your
Bedrooms.
where you sleep, where you enjoy your TV, where you are, all of those things. So now, is Varuna Asura? Yes.
Yes.
Like, connect to this. I mean, connect.
Yeah.
He is the water. Is a lot of water, and he rules your bedroom. Varuna Asura. Asura Manat. He is the one who gives pleasures. The water brings pleasures. The water brings desires. He is the Lord of desire, and he lives in the west. Right? So he lives in the west. So west side is always about pleasure. Always, never build a bedroom on the east side of the house, because that's where Agni resides. Your entertainment, resting, all of those things is the west side of the house.
So they say the well should be digged in the northeast, Ishanya. Why do they say that then?
The northeast.
Ishanya, well should be dug in the Ishanya side for...
I don't know. The well should be dug in the Ishanya. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where did you see that?
So most of the houses in olden days and all of those,
Yeah.
the well always in the northeast side. That's
Okay. I'll have to check that.
Northeast side of the lot, not in the house.
Yeah, northeast side of the lot. But northeast side of the lot is...
Even now they're saying swimming pool should be on northeast side. West.
No.
That's what it online says.
Online, that's you always go for online. No Google Pandita, no Google Pandits. No.
That northeast, that's what it's saying.
Just like for symptoms, you cannot go to Google. You cannot go for Shastra to Google. No. No, but I'll check on the Kupa. I don't know.
I'll send you the Vastu Shastra link that somebody told me. And,
Okay.
Ancient days also, from all the houses, the well was dug in our old house also. It was dug in the
northeast. Yeah.
Go to vastu.org also is there. Vastu.org. That's where
I'll check my book, because it has the Vastu Purusha and then all the description in this is the Shastra book. So I'll check that. But so the general principle is that the east side is where Agni lives. The west side is where Varuna lives, or the water is, right? The element water is on the west. The element fire is on the east. So all entertainment, sleeping, resting, all of those things are the west side. And that is where Varuna Asura. Why is Varuna called Asura? Because he gives Asura Mana. He's a lot of pleasures. He's a lot of water. He's a lot of pleasures. And therefore he is Asura. But then, the Indologists thought Varuna was actually Asura. Varuna is not an Asura. He's Aditi Pudra, and it's he's a Pashahasta. And in the same mantras, Rigveda mantra, which calls Varuna Asura, also says that he throws the Pasha, to the Rakshasas and destroys them. He's the ever witness and all of those things. So Varuna Asura, because he is the Lord of pleasures. He's the Lord of pleasures. Because he rules the west direction. And west is pleasure. East is sadhana, west is pleasure. Right? When the sun rises, you wake up to go to work. When the sun sets, you come home to sleep. Again.
That's
West, east. Yeah. When the sun rises, it's Agni. Sun sets, it's Vayu. I mean,
West
it's
means
Varuna Deva, Jala.
West means less activity. East means more activity.
East means starting of activity, doing. West means, if east is pravritti, west is nivritti, giving up, enjoying. That if holidays is Varuna, Monday to Friday is Agni, Saturday, Sunday, Varuna, like that. So it's a mystical, you got to connect those things. Then you'll understand, oh, Varuna is Asura. Oh, not because he's Asura Deva, because he's Asuramana. That means he's a lord of pleasures. He's the lord of west. He's the lord of water. I mean, think of this. He's lord of water. He's lord of west. And therefore, he's Asuramana. He's the lord of pleasure. Right? And he has Pasha Hasta. So he has Pasha is his weapon. And
So it is, like all the asuras, they are very similar. Only thing is they pursue only pleasure.
correct. No, he's the one who gives pleasure.
Okay.
They are the ones who are obsessed with pleasure. But both are asuras.
Okay.
Varuna is asura because he is the giver of pleasure, as the lord of the west. Asuras are asura because they are obsessed with pleasure. So that is the difference between asuras of, there's Deva Asura and then Varuna as an asura. Right? And the planet Uranus, right? It comes from Varuna, Uranus, and then Uranus. So if you look at how it went from Greek, Latin and Greek and all that, that I think Uranus is Latin version of it. And so, but in Shastras, Uranus is not even considered because it is so slow that astrologically there's no use of it. They stop at Shani because Shani makes, it takes 2.5 years per sign. But as you go further and further up, they're so slow, it doesn't, over a long period of time, it is in the same place. It has no ability to give any indications. So that is Varuna, and then Varuna, the Varuna Putras, Bhrigu, right? Bhrigu Deva, the Bhrigu Rishi is Varuna Putra. Remember, Bhrigu is born from first who? Bhrigu Rishi is born from Brahma first. Is Brahma's Manasa Putra. Remember?
Yep. And also
then,
Shiva Avatara.
And then in Daksha Yajna, he is killed. In Daksha Yajna, he is killed. Then he is reborn as Varuna Putra. And a beautiful conversation between Bhrigu and Varuna in Taittiriya Upanishad, where I said Anandamaya, right? That is the conversation between Bhrigu and Varuna in Taittiriya Upanishad. Bhrigur vai varunihi varunam pitaram upasasara adi bhagavo brahmeti. Beautiful. Tell me Parabrahma. Then he says, Annad, like Annamaya. Then he goes and Bhrigu goes and meditates on Annamaya. Then he is not satisfied. And then he comes, tell me more. Go and meditate on Pranamaya. Tell me more. Go and meditate on Manomaya. He'll come back and say, Father, tell me more. Vijnanamaya. He comes back and says, tell me more. Anandamaya. So with Ananda, it ends. So beautiful. That part of Taittiriya Upanishad is amazing. Fantastic. Okay. So Bhrigu, Valmiki is also son of Varuna. Valmiki is also son of Varuna. Vasishtha is also born to Varuna as a son. So all of these great rishis are Varuna's son. And then his daughter Varuni is Sheshadeva's wife, Ananta, that we saw before this, right? The Ananta.
Yeah.
His wife is Varuni. Did I put it here? No, I didn't put it here. Okay.
No, you put it there.
Did I?
Yes, you did that.
No, oh yeah, somewhere, yeah. So,
No, further down, down, right there.
yeah, Varuni is the wife of Shesha. And she is the goddess of alcohol. So when they do the Samudra Mantana, Varuna sends his daughter Varuni with alcohol, with wine. And then when she comes with the wine, the Daitya says, she is for us. And they take the wine. And then she is married off to Sheshadeva. Right? So that is the Varuna and his family and his kids and all of those things. Any questions on Varuna? No questions on Varuna?
So Sunil, this East-West
Yes.
concept that you talked about, do you think it can apply to countries too? Like we can look at Eastern countries versus Western countries that way?
Yes, I think so. Yes. The West is always obsessed with pleasure. The East is obsessed with sadhana. Or at least before Kali Yuga. After Kali Yuga, I don't.
So Sunil, I missed a part of it, right? Because I had a call, so I left, then I came back. Did you talk about Varuna's role in water as a god of water and all that?
He's yes, Jala Bhimani Devata. Yes.
Okay.
He's the Lord of Ocean.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Tejan. So usually where the sun sets, that is where Varuna rules, and that's where pleasure is, right? Because for us, pleasure is after sunset. When sun rises, where Agni is there, that is where activity begins. Pleasure ends, activity begins. Right? And so
Is he mentioned in connection with the water cycle by any chance?
no, not water cycle. Was there somebody had a question? They were about to say something. Yeah. So how is it connected to water cycle?
No. I was just asking whether Varuna has any role in the water cycle, the water evaporating, turning into clouds, coming back as rain, all that.
No, not Varuna, Parjanya.
Parjanya.
Parjanya, yeah. Parjanya aspect of Surya is for the water cycle.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is all Varuna. So Varuna, when you think of Varuna, he is Aditi Putra. He is the Lord of pleasure. He is the Lord of the Lord of ocean, right? And then his sons are Bhrigu, Valmiki, and Vasishtha. Vasishtha, not the original Vasishtha, born from Brahma. Then later on, Vasishtha takes later births. And then Varuni is his daughter, and she is also the Lord of wine and wife of Sheshadeva. And Varuna is also in the Patala Loka. Varuna is the Lord of Patala Loka. And if you look at, I think in, I don't know if that is Greek or Latin, it's called Poseidon. Has a trident. If you look at the Latin or Greek imagery, Poseidon is Varuna, the Lord of the ocean. He's in the depth of the ocean, right? And that is Varuna, I think. Here in the West, it is represented as trident, but that's not Shiva. It's Varuna. But Varuna in India is Pashahasta. He doesn't have a trident. There's no Shula. He's Pasha. He has a rope.
So is Varuna Pasha means getting entangled within the cycle of desires?
Correct. Varuna Pasha is exactly that, addiction. Varuna Pasha is another name for addiction. And he's also said to be the eternal witness, for all the activities. Of course, as a sun, he's the eternal witness of all the activities of the world, and he is the one, who brings about addiction, because he's asura, right? He's asuramana. He's the lord of pleasure, and pleasure is what brings about addiction. So he is, when you do Varuna Japa, his Bijakshara mantra is Vam. When you do that japa, then you are seeing him as a white, with adorned with white clothes, white flower. On one hand having chhatra, umbrella, pasha, riding on a crocodile, as an apampati. So that is Varuna's form. Okay, and then he has different forms also. Varuna takes the form of a frog, and teaches the Upanishad, the Mandukya Upanishad, right? Mandukya Rupi Varunaha. So the Mandukya Upanishad is Manduka, the form of a frog, that Varuna takes the form of a frog to explain the meaning of Omkara, Akara, Ukara, Makara, and Nada in the Mandukya Upanishad. That's also Varuna. So he's in Taittiriya Upanishad, he's in Mandukya Upanishad. He comes in, and he's in a lot of Rigveda mantras. So he's there in everywhere. And he's usually called Raja Varuna. He's the King Varuna. Varuna Asura is called Asura in the Rigveda. All of those things. Yeah. Without knowing the mystical significance of what Asura is, and how he rules the West, and how he rules water, and how that rules desire and pleasure, you will not understand the meaning of Asura. And that's what Indologists, they think it is, we worshipped Asura at one point of time, and then we stopped, and all of those things. Nothing like that. Okay. Any questions on Varuna? And Sura is not alcohol, Venki.
Yes.
Madira. Madira is alcohol.
Sura is Amrita.
Sura is Amrita. So that's why Sura, Devas are called Sura, because they got Surapana. They did not take Madira that went to the Asuras. So the Asuras are Madira Pas, right? They are like, they got, the other way, Sura is the Devas, Asuras are the Daityas. Madiras are the Daityas, Amadiras are Devas, like that. Those who got Madira, that's the Asuras, and those who did not, that's the Devas. Those who got Amritapana, Devas. Those who did not get Amritapana, Asura. Like that. Sura, Asura means those who got Amritapana, Sura. Those who did not get Amritapana, Asura.
Sunil, one question. Varuna
Yes.
rules the sea also, then the sea, the
Ocean, yeah.
ocean. Yeah, he rules the ocean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And Varuna is it's a fantastic. There's a lot of mantras and sadhanas of Varuna.
Then he
So,
rules the rain also. Rain, anything with the water.
Not rain, ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah, Venki, I think you had a question.
yeah, I had a question, right? Is Lakshmi also considered a daughter of Varuna?
No, she came because she came from the Samudra.
Yeah.
Because he's the Raja of Samudra, so she's Samudra Raja's putri.
And Samudra Raja is not Varuna. Or
He's
is
Varuna.
Varuna? Okay.
Is Varuna, yeah. So, Samudra Raja is Varuna.
Okay.
So Rama was trying to cross the ocean. He was he was fighting with the Varuna, right? I was like, he was not showing up and all that. Is that all true?
Yeah. That is Varuna. Yes. Yeah. Not going to Sri Lanka though. The Sri Lanka is not Lanka. The Sri Lanka is Simmala.
Okay.
What we have Sri Lanka today, in the ancient Puranas, it's called as Simmala Desha, not Lanka Desha.
Simmala Desha. So
Lanka in general in Sanskrita means island. Any island is a Lanka. So it's not, So Sri Lanka is not where Ravana was there.
He was in Simala Desa.
No. Simhanadesha is our Sri Lanka today.
Okay. That's
Controversy for another day.
Yeah, another day. But Lanka is somewhere in the south. We don't know where it is.
okay.
It is maybe that Kumari Kanda or whatever that, that
Kolkata was,
I don't know, whatever.
I think it's
Something which is in south of India, but not Sri Lanka. Somewhere.
Sunil, another question. In
Yes.
Daksha Yajna, Rudra's form also destroys a son or pulls the teeth out of a son. Is that Mitra?
Pulls the teeth out of the sun.
Yeah, in that fight, there is a description that Rudra pulls the teeth because I think either he laughed or something that happened, and they describe a son. Is that Mitra? Is Mitra and the previous the first line you described the day sun and the night sun.
Correct. Yeah, the day sun is Mitra, the night sun is Varuna.
Varuna. So is that other sun described in Daksha Yajna? Is that Mitra or is that some else?
No. The Adityas are there. So all of the Adityas. See, all of the Shiva Ganas, they defeat all the Devatas, and they're beaten big time. Some of them lose their limbs, their neck. Some of them lose their lives. All the rishis and the Devatas, they are injured. Many of them are killed in the Daksha Yajna.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, did he pull the? I don't have to go read that part. It's sometimes it's there in some of the Puranas, sometimes it's not there.
Okay.
Think of Kurosawa movies, right?
Yeah.
It's like different people telling the story. I don't know which Purana has that where he pulls the teeth or which one it is. But all of the Adityas, they are all injured. They're all injured. Rishis are killed. So he kills everybody there. And when he beheads Daksha, he puts his head in the yajna. And then finally they have to put the goat head to make him alive. So wherever Shiva is involved, Ganesha, this elephant head, Daksha, goat head, something is there. Shiva and some animal head. So he always does that. Okay. So what is 12:30? Do we want to continue until 1 or stop here? What do you want to do? Because the next two, Aryama, because we have to look at the Pitru Lokas, Pitru Devatas, Naraka Loka. What is Naraka Loka? How many kinds of Naraka Lokas are there? Who is going to which Naraka Loka? What do you have to do to go to land into which Naraka Loka? Is it permanent or temporary? So all of those things. That is a big topic. Because the next two is Pitru, Aryama is the king of Pitrus. And then Yama, who is the king of the dead. So both of them are there. So the way it works, I'll give you a kind of summary of this. When people die, right? There are how many parts are there? I'm going to test you with this 8th chapter.
2.
No. 2 main parts are there. Yes. But I did not. That is what Gita says. But I gave you
6.
Brahma Sutras, total thing. I always give you big picture. What big picture did I give you, Venki?
I think 6.
4. See, there are 4 paths, right? So there are 2 main paths. Devayana. Devayana is where, see, when somebody who is Mukti Yogya, who has completed his sadhana, dies, right? Then what happens? The Sahasrara opens. The door Sahasrara opens. And from the Hridaya, the Jiva is in the Hridaya, in the heart. The Sushumna Nadi goes all the way, from it comes here goes all the way. You know why do they put nama here? You know why? That it's the path. This is the Sushumna Nadi. And actually, nama is not the term for this. Right? Nama is I don't know. In Kannada it's called nama, but in Tamil also called nama, right? So I don't know in Hindi what they call. Maybe
Tilak.
Huh?
Tilak, right?
Tilak. Okay, tilak is fine. I don't know what they call, right? See, this is the chinna. This is the chinna means the mark. So this is where the Pingala Nadi and the Ida Nadi and the Sushumna Nadi come and end here. And then Sushumna goes from here to your Sahasrara Chakra, right? And see, this is the called Urdhva Pundra is the correct name. Urdhva Pundra. Some of them put from nose. That's not. This is not there. There is the Krodha here. There's nothing good here. You should not put from here. It is from here. Bruvayor Madhye. From here it goes here. But why do you? It's the right name for this is Pundra. Urdhva Pundra. Why is it called Nama? Do you know why it's called Nama? Putting 3 namas, right? Pang Nama, they say. It's become like cheating. You know what Nama is? See, Nama, it's not the name for this Chinna. It's not the name for this Urdhva Pundra. Nama is when you put this, it is one of the, there are 5 Vaishnava mark. If you are a Vaishnava, like for example, Shaiva Sampradaya, Vaishnava Sampradaya, there are certain marks to be a Vaishnava. Shankar Chakra, you put Shankar Chakra and all of those things. And then, but not Shankar Chakra here, but actually it's called as Tapta Mudrika. That means hot. It has to be hot and they put it on the body, like in the Vaishnavas.
Both the shoulders. Yeah.
They put that. So that's Tapta Mudrika. So like that, they are there. One of the marks is that you have to wear the Pundrika like this, tracing the Sushumna Nadi. And when you do that, you have to say, when you start from here, you have to say, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and then Keshavaya Nama Narayana Nama Madhava Nama Govinda Nama Vishnu Nama Vasu Nama Tirukramaya Om Damodaraya Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You are chanting namas. That is why it is called Nama. Technically, the Nama in Sanskrit doesn't mean the mark like this. Because people are chanting the names of Paramatma, it is called Nama. No, that is not. So you have to chant 12 names of Paramatma. And then Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So when you put that, you chant the names. So that has become Nama. We are going to put you Nama. It has become corrupted and all of those things. But
what about ladies? For ladies, they don't put they only put the kunkuma. They don't put the long line.
They also
you can also
They
put
also
the long line.
put the long line.
Yeah,
The white line, they put the red line.
Yeah.
Right.
So there is Tapta Mudrika for ladies also. There is Nama for ladies also. Everything is there.
Does it mean different if it is just a kunkuma in that spot and when it is a line?
No, if it's just the Kunkuma, it is just the, you're just marking the Agnya Chakra. If it is the line, that is you're connecting the Sushumna Nadi to where the Sahasrara is, right? There is no concept of Tiryak Pundra, right? The like this.
Yeah.
That is in the Shaiva, it is there. But when even the Shaivas, like for example, Shankara, his direct disciple of Shankara, he is a Tyakta Bhasma Dharanam, he says. That means Shankaracharya did not wear this 3. When he got the Diksha of Vedanta, he wore the Nama like this. That is a Vedanta Diksha. It is not a Vaishnava. Of course, it's also part of Vaishnava Diksha. But when you get Vedanta Diksha, then you actually, because this is actually like this. Your energy is you're taking from the lower centers to the higher center. Right? This is called as Upanayana. Upanayana, up, going, taking up. That is Upanayana.
Why is it 3?
What is that?
Why is it 3? 3 lines sometimes?
Oh, 1 line. No, 3 line, I don't know what it is.
Bhagavad Pada, they say.
Maybe it is, when it says Ida and Pingala is also, it's not correct. but I don't know what it is. But this Urdhva Pundra is correct. Urdhva Pundra goes from here to here, one single one. Shaivas wear like this. That is called Tiryak Pundra. Tiryak means going from side to side. But when you do Vedanta, even Shankaracharya did not have Tiryak Pundra. He had the Urdhva Pundra, which his own student who has seen him has written.
You know anything about Sindoor being put on the parting?
No, I don't know about that. No.
Because even in the Harappan thing that was found, right? The doll.
Yeah.
It had Sindoor on the forehead.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. But
It's
again,
a recent practice. Could have been, they say it could have been started from Rajputs and all that. I don't know.
it might be. It might be. But then anything that you wear on the body, it should be up facing. It should be like the flame. When you hold the flame down, what will happen? Is the flame looking down? How is the flame?
It's looking up. Even
It's
if you-
always looking up. So when you do any dharana, you have to do always up like that. Okay. Okay. I don't know why this came. Yeah, because of this one, right? The Devayana, right? So Devayana, it opens up here. Sahasrara chakra opens up, and then what happens from Hridaya? The Sushumna Nadi goes, say 100 plus 1, right? Shata cha ekacha Hridayasya Nadyaha. So that there's 100 plus 1 nadis, main nadis from the heart. One goes straight up here, and then it lights up. Surya, not the visible rays, but the invisible rays of the Surya, they light up the tunnel. That means at death, when the mukta is leaving the body, everything is full of light, right? Otherwise, near death experience, you could have seen that it's a dark tunnel. There's a dark tunnel, and they see some light somewhere else, right? That people who have had that tunnel is a nadi. Only Sushumna nadi is lighted up. No other nadis are dark. Surya Kiranas are not there. So then, for them, everything is lighted up. The whole way is lighted up. When they go, and the devatas come to receive them and take them to mukti. They take them to the Urdhva Satya Loka, and then finally Mukti. So that's the Devayana. When Pitruyana happens, it is going out of the other nadis, right? It is a dark tunnel. So at death, you'll experience it as a dark tunnel. And then everything is dark. You're just moving in the dark tunnel. And it's experienced as a very long path. Even coming out of body is a long path. And when you come out, the deities of the darkness, right? Dakshinayana, the Lord of Dakshinayana, the Lord of Krishna Paksha, the Lord of first 6 months. It's there in Gita, right? I've explained all of those things. They come to take you, and then this is where you go to Swargaloka. This is still where you go to Swargaloka, where you experience the good things you have done, and then I've told you about the Panchagni Vidya, right? How you come back, how you go up and how you come back and all of those things. And you come back. The third path, the Upanishads and the Purana say, the path that shall not be named. Right?
Yeah, that's why I don't have the third one. The fourth one I have.
The path that shall not be named is called Samyamane. Samyamane is the path that leads directly downwards. It goes down. So that path is the one so people first, they go to Aryama. Aryama is the king of the Pitrus. Everybody goes to Pitrus first, and then he assigns them to Yama. When he assigns them to Yama, that is Narakalokas. So they go to the Narakalokas. The journey goes to Narakalokas. Again, there is the permanent Narakaloka and the impermanent Narakaloka. So we'll look at those things. Tamisra, Anda Tamisra, and those are permanent ones. And then the other Raurava, Kumbi Paka, those are the impermanent kind of things. And then we'll look at all of those details in the next one.
That's where the Garuda Purana comes, right? So,
Garuda Purana is there, Bhagavata is there. All of them describe these things, and that's the realm of Yama. So Yama means the bad. That's where Yamaloka. When people go to Yamaloka, that is where Narakaloka is. When people when they say they have gone to Yamaloka, that means they've gone to Narakaloka, right? So Swargaloka, Yama doesn't come there, in the sense that Aryama and Aryama take them to Swarga, and from there they experience and come down. Right? So these are all the things we will see next class. Very fascinating. One of the things now, there's big news of Sushant Singh Rajput and all of those things, right? Yeah. Upanishad is very clear, and I'll kind of try to remember that part in the Puranas. It comes also in the Ishavasya Upanishad. In the Ishavasya Upanishad, it's called Asuryanama te loka andhena tamasavrata tamste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha atmahano janaha, those who destroy themselves. Three kinds of distractions, but we'll talk about the details next time. One is those who destroy themselves, suicide. Right? The other one is those who destroy their own life. That means they do not take charge of their life to improve themselves. Right? Destruction is also not improving, it is also destruction. So they go to Asuryanama Niteloka, that means where Asuras go, Andhatamisra. Right? Andhena tamasavrataha tamste pretyabhigachanti ekechas atmajano hanaha. The other thing that Purana talks about is that once somebody commits suicide as a human, you are never going to get a human form again. Never. Right? That means eternally you will be born as insects and animals and all of those things, and never as man. That means mukti is gone. With suicide, mukti is gone, is what Purana says. It's a beautiful verse. I'll capture that. This is in Padma Purana, from Padma Purana. And it says that once somebody, because you have destroyed an opportunity with your own hands, you will never get that opportunity back. Never ever do you get it back.
What about those who commit sati then?
Those who commit?
Sati.
Sati, long time back, right?
Sati.
Sati. Yeah.
That they kill themselves.
I don't know.
Maybe if they die in the husband's funeral, this thing, then it's
if you're dying for some reason, like what you had written the article about, Rajput's, committing Johar, right? That is a different thing. This is where you're depressed with life, and it's not like a apad dharma. Apad dharma is different.
Okay.
Even Mantri also did the same thing.
Who?
Mantri, Pandu and Mantri.
Madri.
Yeah.
Madri. Yes, she did. Yes, she does that. Yes. Yeah, Kshatriyas used to do that, because of special things. But yeah, so the Puranas are very, 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 specific, and they give this warning that with your own hands, if you end a human life, you are never to get that again. You will never get it again. And then it also goes on, those who do not, because destruction is many kinds. Another form of destruction is destroying your own life. You've been given an opportunity, you never used it. You never opened Bhagavad Gita book. You never did anything, right? That is also destruction of life. There is no guarantee when you are going to get human form. You might get, but then for a long time you might be lizard and mosquito and this cockroach and dog and all of those things. Human form, who knows? Maybe after 1 million years, you'll get a human form. So, that is why beautiful, the Dasa Sut says, Manusha, Manusha Janma Doddado, other, don't, I forget the thing that Purandaradasa used to say in his songs, that human life is very precious. Don't destroy it with your own hands. Huchappagarira, that means, mad, crazy people, don't destroy it with your own hands. The human life is very, very, very important. Don't destroy it.
This is something believed even by Christians and Muslims, right?
I don't know about Christians and Muslims. Why?
It's
If
a sin.
Muslims,
It's a sin to kill yourself. You go burn in hell.
or to commit suicide?
So why suicide bombers then?
Oh yeah, those. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
they are dying
that is,
because of their own religion, so I guess it's different. But just killing oneself just like that, for them also is a big sin.
it's a jihad, right? It's this, like Isaac, was sacrificed for Allah. They're sacrificing themselves for Allah. Something, I think there's some difference there. But whatever it is, from in our case, it is, they go straight to Andantamas.
Padala Loka, right?
Not Patala Loka. Patala Loka is a Loka. Andantamas is Naraka Loka, of many Naraka. So Naraka Lokas are not part of the 14 Lokas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's separate. Swargaloka is part of that, right? Burbu Swaha is Swargaloka. Swaha is Swargaloka. Narakaloka is not one of the Atala, Vitala, Sutala. That's not one of those. Narakaloka is separate.
Land of no return.
Land of no return is Tamisra and Andatamisra.
Oh,
Otherwise, the land of suffering and coming back.
That's where that drida karma, drida karma.
No.
No, not karma.
So when we talk of karma, it is always in the Bhuloka, because karma is done and suffered here, but there is only Bhogalokas. Swarga is also Bhogaloka, Sukha Bhoga, Naraka is also Bhogaloka, Dukkha Bhoga.
Okay.
Right? So you do not create karmas in Naraka, Swarga. Karma is created only in Bhuloka. It is suffered or enjoyed in these lokas. Okay. So yeah, very fascinating. How very they give a lot of warning. Don't waste the life. It's a very precious one, because you never know when you're going to get a human life again. Never. You never know.
Even
It's
in
not
Tamil,
like you're.
even in Tamil, it is there.
Yeah.
There is some beautiful by away written.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is why very important to at least start something and study now. And that's why Krishna says, right? Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even a little bit, just start. Because what is it, Mahat Bhaya, that he's talking about? Mahat Bhaya is never getting a human form again. Just imagine, right? There is no chance of again studying anything. All our focus will be on what? Eating insects. That's it. That's what our life will be. So don't land up there. Use the life that has been given, because human life is very precious. We'll do that. Aryama and Yama, when we come to that, because that is where in the Brahma Sutra's 3rd Adhyaya, Vairagya Pada, how to bring Vairagya, it talks about all of these things, right? When we hear about death, that is when we get the Vairagya. So it talks about death and movement after that. What happens that, the Devayana, Pitruyana, and then the path that shall not be named. And then the Tiryakyana. Tiryakyana is people who die, and then they don't go up or down. They go right across into insects or into into trees. Sthanu manye anusamyanti yata karma yata shrutam, like what the Kathopanishad says. So you need not go to Swarga or Naraka. You can actually go right across within this world. Those are the 4th path. One path is going to moksha, Urdhva Lokas, and then through Urdhva Lokas to moksha. Other path is going to Swarga. 3rd path is going to Naraka Lokas. 4th path is going across. Directly, you die here, next you're born as some puppy. So like that. So that is the 4th path. So there are 4 paths. Okay, so next class we will explore this. We'll explore who will land in Kumbhipaka, what you'll have to do in this world to land in Kumbhipaka, how you land in Vagni, how you land in Tamisra, Anga Tamisra, all of those things. It's fascinating. Garuda Purana has a lot of things. I think Anand read Garuda Purana, so he might know more.
Oh, it was not a good experience reading Garuda Purana.
But you know, when my mother-in-law passed away, right? So we did a ceremony for her in the Shiva temple here. So he was telling us, the priest, that, you know, this is a good time for you to read Garuda Purana. He was telling us.
Yeah.
For actually, he said 1 month, until 1 month after she passed away was a time to read.
Yes.
But I didn't, of course, do that.
Yeah.
Normally they have for the 10 days after somebody passes away, they
Yes.
have priests come in and preach and talk about Garuda Purana.
Garuda Purana, correct.
So that they get the Vairagya.
Correct.
So they do that.
And remember, you know, why 10 days?
It is.
You told me already. I'm not.
Yeah, see, Anguta Sharira, right? You know, I explained it.
Yeah,
in the
yes.
chapter.
It
So the
changes
Anguta
form.
Sharira is developing different organs over the
Correct.
first to 10 days.
Yeah.
The full body is formed. This is the Vayu Sharira, right? This is the Vayu Sharira is formed on the 10th day. 11th day is hunger and thirst, 12th. And then 13th day is when it is ready, fully ready for the journey.
Journey, yeah.
That's why you told me that it's connected with our, you know, the horoscope, 12 houses. It's created one body.
Yeah. So very important. So and we will look at all of those. I'll not go through that again, but then we'll look at these, you know, Devayana, Pitruyana. We'll basically, because I'm not taught about Narakalokas before. So next will be about, because there's Aryama and then there's Yama. Both of them are there. So I think you need to get a taste of hell. So how it is and how it is conceived. There are innumerable, and they're not. There are 7 main, 2 permanent and 5 impermanent. But then many. I think Bhagavata talks about 20 odd different names. Like you do different things. You know, you kill a guru, you go to that kind of a hell. You know, you do something, you breach of trust, you go to another kind of hell, like that. Those kinds of different kind of things. But it's fascinating, you know, how it is. Again, these are all through Sukshma Sharira. So it will be appearing like of what we experience through a dream. Like, you know, a dream experience is what's going to be post-death experience, or a Swarga experience or Naraka experience is going to be like a dream experience, because it's had through Sukshma Sharira. Okay, I think at this point we'll stop. I've given too much trailer for the next one. And so hopefully there are more people, because it's about Narakaloka. Any questions so far?
Wonderful class, Sunil. Very good.
Yeah. Everybody, you know, next class. Don't miss next class.
Yeah.
A lot of excruciating details, right? What is it? Was it Dante who wrote in Europe?
Yeah, Dante Inferno.
Inferno, correct. Inferno. So Inferno, Garuda Purana is already Inferno, right? We already had those Infernos in these different Puranas. But
it's scary too.
oh, it is very, yeah. It is.
Garuda Purana is very scary. If you start reading it, you really get the shivers in your spine. I mean, seriously.
I read it one time, then I was like, it's too much.
No, it's very scary. I mean, if you read the whole journey that they describe, every day they describe, every single day they describe the whole journey, what happens.
They say that you should not read at home or something like that.
You can read any Purana at home. That is our typical Indian. Don't keep Mahabharata at home. You'll have a Mahabharata war at home, nothing like that. These are, these are Puranas. These are Vedanta books. Yeah. So next week, why not to waste one's life? That will be the topic of next week. And that is, see, the reason for description is to make sure that you wake up at least now and do some meaningful thing. That's basically what it is.
Very important.
Yeah. Okay. So let's end now. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Devaki Paramanandam Nam Vande Jagat Gurum.
Thank you, Sunil.
Okay.
Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you. Where mother is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, she's doing good.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, then see you all next week. Please make sure you attend.